Good afternoon. This is Julian Barnes with JCB Lifestyle. I'm your host, Julian, and today we have an excellent product today from OnePlus, the OnePlus Open. This is the first foldable phone that OnePlus has launched, and I must say, it is beautiful. Just a few things we want to go over. Let's go over the price. So currently the price is $1,699. With the $200 off, leaving it at $1,499 net price. You can also make trade-ins, and currently they are matching up to $1,000 for a trade-in. If you have, like, for instance, a Samsung Galaxy Fold Z Fold 5, you can get $1,000 off of the phone, which is an excellent idea and an excellent price. Okay, let's talk about a few specs of this particular product. The operating system is operating as of Oxygen OS 13.2, which is based off of Android 13. It has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Generation 2. It has 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is unheard of for a phone in the lower tier. And it has 512 gigabytes of storage starting out. It has a 4,805 milliamp battery. It also comes with 67 watt Super VOOC charging, which is very fast. However, it doesn't come with any wireless charging. The camera on the back has 3 different cameras. The main camera is 48 megapixels. A telephoto has this 64 megapixels, which is 120x zoom. And then there's the ultra wide angle camera, and it has 48 megapixels. The front camera, which is closed, has a 32 megapixels, and then the open camera inside the tablet form, it has 20 megapixels. Now the video on the back creates 4K HDR at 30 frames per second, and also has 1080p at 30 frames per second. So this is a pretty powerful phone. We expect nothing less from OnePlus. Now, let's get to the unboxing. So as you see, you have the OnePlus nomenclature right here, and then specifically Open to let you know this is the foldable. They also use the Hasselblad on the back of the camera, so they are once again in collaboration with OnePlus. And if your seal is broken, don't accept the item, as they do. Now, when we first open the product, you have this rising presentation of the actual tablet to let you know how epic this is. And also has the typical saying, which is never settle, OnePlus's motto. I've already opened this already, so I'm just going to dive right in. The first thing you see is the actual tablet. And let's take a look at it here. So I elected with the green variant. And as you can see, it's essentially 2 OnePlus models connected in order to create a nice, beautiful tablet. Now, as I mentioned before, here are the 3 cameras. And then there's the telephoto, the main camera, also the ultra wide. And then also they have the OnePlus logo here. There's just information here. It also comes with a film for protection over the entire front piece of the camera. Let's listen to that close, shall we? Woo. Now, I must say, in the hand, this is luxurious. It feels very light, and it is perfect, I feel. However, there are flaws, but we're going to get into it. So let's see what else is in the box. So let me put this on the side. So pull open the tablet insert. You have your brick here, the 67 watt fast charging brick. All OnePlus fans know this. It does really charge fast. It also comes with the cable, typical OnePlus red coloring. Put this on the side. Okay, let's open up. We have the box, including paperwork and something else special inside. So let's open it. It almost looks like an envelope. Wow. So what they do come with is a charger, or is a case, excuse me, in the same color. And the texture of this case is leather. And it's very supple, it's very thin. And now, I don't know if you can see this, but this is, you can see the ripples in the leather. Let's go ahead and put that on for protection. And then we can put on the other one and snap, there it is. Doesn't that sound great? Okay, let's see what else we have in here. Put this to the side. We have our transfer data adapter, USB, then USB-C. Put that to the side. And then your regular books. You have your Red Club card. If you're part of the membership of OnePlus, you are considered a Red Cable Club member. So I am a Red Cable Club member. And these are all the books, and that's nothing else. And I'm not sure if you can see the rise in this case, but if you close it, on the side you see the OnePlus open, and when you open it, it rises. Wonderful. Excellent work. And then here's the back of it, and here's the side. I just wanted to show you all you're getting. Presentation, hands down, is a 10 out of 10. Okay, now that we have unboxed everything, let's take a look at the phone. So here is the camera closed, the phone closed. And as you can see, I've elected to have an emerald background. And as you can see, it is beautiful. So now let's open the case. This is going to be epic. As you can see, this is the OnePlus Open. And here is the inside camera here, which I mentioned earlier. This is 20 megapixels. It's very inconspicuous. It's very camouflage, as this background wallpaper I've chosen has black on the borders. And then here's the front camera. When it's closed, it's 32 megapixels. All right, so, and I know you saw that live wallpaper, so let's get to it. So the first thing we're going to look at are the settings. So I just wanted to let you know what settings I've chosen. So when you first open the phone, I went to the display, and I have just making sure I'm getting all 120 hertz of this particular model. I go to the screen refresh rate, and I always select higher, because if you buy a phone that costs $1,700, you want the maximum efficiency with it. I've also added the gestures just to make sure, so I can go up and control everything here. And also make sure that I have the latest update to the system. So I'll go to About Device, Oxygen OS, and as you can see, my model is up to date. Great. Now let's get into the fun part. So we're going to go into a couple features that this phone has. This phone has a multitasking function. As you can see, the docs are already laid here, and these are my most recent apps. So for instance, let's go to Chrome. And as you can see, I've opened up my Chrome. And if I swipe up and I hit the 3 bars, I can split the screen, and I can add, for instance, the Google Play Store, and voila, I have a multitask split screen. So this is the vertical variant of the split. And then if I rotate it, the auto rotate gets in a nice, beautiful display. And as you can see, I can do all my normal functions. The 16 gigs of RAM is really working and refreshing quickly, and I'm not really worried about any slowdowns in this phone. And as you can see, let's look at a few things. Let's go with Instagram. Let's see how it looks in an entire flushed environment. So this is Instagram, and as you can see, it is full screen, and it is gorgeous. As you can see, I'm screening, and look how fast this 16 gigs is working. Oh, and it's taking up the entire screen. How about that? All right, let's go into Facebook. Let's see how Facebook works. Facebook, full screen. The bezel is non-existent. It's very thin. Excellent product from OnePlus, but we could expect nothing less from OnePlus. I mean, these photos are amazing. And this is the full unboxing from OnePlus's website on Facebook. All right, so let's go into Twitter, formerly known as formerly known as Twitter. So I'm going to go to OnePlus. And once again, full screen app, no problem, no issue. And once again, I can multitask. I could make this a floating window. As you can see, it's right here floating on the screen while I have my Chrome updated. As you can see, I am scrolling through Amazon, and I could pinch and open up or double tap to open it up to make it a floating screen here. And I can move this around, and then I can drag it to the side, and then it instantly creates another multitasking window. How about that? All right. So I like to game. Baseball 9 is one of my favorites. And let's check the performance of the games on this OnePlus Open. The traditional full screen. Once again, if I go into one of my games here, this is the kind of response rate you're getting here. Oh. So as you can see, no lag. It works really fast. I've had this phone for almost 2 weeks, and I've been playing this game for the majority of the time, and no lags existed. So you are safe to game and also play cards. Cards specifically, this is what you're going to get. Boom. And then you can even play it closed. Here's hearts. Every time I open up an app, it's snappy and it swipes flush. I mean, there's just no issue, no lag, none whatsoever. Okay. Okay, so also I opened up the phone via my fingerprint and the face unlock. So those are options. As you can see here, it's trying to read my face. However, I'm just going to use my fingerprint unlock. Just like that. And I have multiple fingerprints, so boom. And I can double click to get to my camera function. And which leads me to my next point. Let's look at a couple of photos. So I use the gallery, or as OnePlus calls it, the photos. Couple examples here. This is me and my family eating out. This is a professional mode here. Very crisp, very bright whites. This is me celebrating the Rangers winning the World Series, as I'm a big fan. Blurred out the background. And this is me at church and taking pictures of our leaders, pastors. Okay. All right, let's talk about the sound. So the sound, I have no issues. There's dual speakers all over. There's 2 right here. And then 2 up here. And let's see how it sounds.
Fast lighting. And again, in the second image, despite a challenging scene,
That was the OnePlus presentation for the OnePlus Open. As you can see, this sound is phenomenal. It really takes the immersion of the entire surrounding area, and it listens and it sounds great. I would give this a 9 out of 10 for the sound. All right, so I pretty much showed you everything about this phone. The case is included. I would say my favorite things with this particular model is the fact that its screen, when you open it, is fully flush and there's hardly any bezels. I mean, I can just do my entire planning from this screen alone. I can look at every single app in full screen mode, no issues. My favorite thing on this device is the fact that you have 16 gigs of RAM, which makes it so much smoother than a lot of other phones that are out there. And it also comes with 512 gigabytes of RAM of storage. This is unheard of. But this is OnePlus, so this is a supersized, beefed up phone. And if they're going to do anything big, it's going to be with their first foldable phone. The fast charging is excellent. I can get about 0 to 100 or maybe 50 to 100 in like 20 minutes. No problem there. It doesn't drain any battery when you're leaving it at night and you're going to sleep. I've slept before and woken up to about a 90 and haven't with no charge. And then as you see, it's still at 92 and I've been using it pretty much for the last 20 minutes. So no drainage problem here, which is another favorite why I like this phone. And I'll say also the camera has been excellent. I've been able to, excuse me, I've been able to utilize all of its features. I've been able to create videos. The lighting is great, especially during the day. The brightness of the colors come out vividly. No issues when it comes to that. Now, this phone is great and it feels light. This is another light for me because a lot of the phones that are foldables are really heavy. But this phone is pretty much light, comparable to a Apple phone 14 Pro Max. I would say maybe even less, but I have no issues with the weight. Okay, well, those are my likes. So let's talk about my dislikes. So the one thing that stuck out to me is the fact that it does not have any wireless charging. I have pretty much everything set up for wireless charging, and it's a little disappointing that OnePlus has no wireless charging, even though it's its first foldable phone. I'm assuming that's going to come in the next version. And I think they wanted to compensate for that no wireless charging with the 67 supercharging, straight up plug. However, you would need to have a OnePlus specific Super VOOC brick in order for you to utilize that. So a little bit of a compensation, a little bit of consolation prize. However, I would prefer wireless charging to where I don't have to think about its actual running out of battery. And I would say another dislike of mine is the fact that it feels exactly like Google's operating system. I mean, the feel, the smoothness, the texture, it feels great. However, the con is that all the new features that come on Google will come on OnePlus later, much later. For example, Android 14 is already on Google, and I've seen a lot of people utilizing Android 14. But OnePlus has to wait a while for their skin of Oxygen OS to integrate, Android 14. So a little bit of bummer. And it doesn't have the screen calling feature like Google does. So can't really screen out any calls, which is makes me think of Google. So every time I'm opening up this phone, I'm imagining a very fast, quick version of Google. So I say to myself, why not just get a Google phone? And that's the reason why I am for getting a Google Pixel Fold over this. However, it's really tough. The price point is also economy. It's $1,699, but if you buy the insurance, which is $329 extra, it's about $2,000. And you're covered, fully for any breaks on the model. However, the fact that I have to pay $2,000 to get that, I guess that's just the environment where they live in. However, overall, I would give this phone a 9 out of 10. The wireless charging and the late updates is preventing me from getting this a 10 out of 10. But this is a great first impression for OnePlus. It really showed out the delay was worth it. And I recommend if you wanted to get a foldable phone, you start here. Give it a try. They give you 15 days if you don't like it to return it. However, this is a premium phone. So that's pretty much it from our review. This is the OnePlus Open, and this is the JCB Lifestyle channel. You will get more videos in the future. Doing more reviews. The next review I think is going to come up is the Pixel Fold, which I have here. And just wanted to give a size comparison. So we'll see how this stacks up against the OnePlus Open. Maybe we'll have a better review on whether should I keep the OnePlus or keep the Pixel Fold. We'll see. Tune in. Thank you for looking at the JCB Lifestyle channel. Please like or subscribe. Thank you.